Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the review for the VFL Pies and KC Demons. The Pies, unfortunately, go down 7-6, 48 to KC Demons 7-15, 57. It was an ugly night, tough weather conditions. The Pies got off slow, couldn't apply scoreboard pressure, and Melbourne or KC sort of built their game from there. It was a gallant effort in that fourth quarter where we was close as 2 points in the game and was really spearheaded by some strong efforts by TJ, Mason Cox, and a bunch of other players that we'll get into shortly. But the efficiency in the end is what kills you. You go inside 50 times and you come out with 13 scoring shots, which is well below average and not it's not what you want to give yourself the best chance to win. Casey had 55 inside 50s for 22 scoring shots, which is it's not bad, but it's not great, but it's also not bad, and it's also better than what the VFL Pies are able to dish up. But who do we want to start with as far as the conversation is concerned for the VFL Pies? Let's start down back. Charlie Dean is having some kind of season in the VFL. He collected another 9 intercept possessions, operated at 85% disposal efficiency, 3 contested marks. I've been saying this. If he comes into the AFL side, you could almost see Dean fit in seamlessly as that maybe third key tall defender. Obviously, Jeremy Howe operates in that position right now, so it's a bit of a far cry. But I say that because I want to reference back to last year where he came in and the team was all over the place and it made Charlie Dean look silly when he played on the likes of Darcy and Sydney and those types of players. I think if he comes into this team, he'll be made to look a lot better than what he looked like last year. So I'm sure at some point he'll get an opportunity. Maybe 2 or 3 instances this year, the AFL team have opted to go quite small in our backline, even when Darcy Moore is out. So that's probably the frustrating thing for Charlie Dean is he hasn't gotten the opportunity where he thought, okay, I might get a lick of the ice cream here. Hasn't transpired yet, but if he keeps playing like this, he'll get that opportunity. Mason Cox he was good. He was crucial in some big moments. Kicked 2 goals. Just keeps putting his hand up. I thought it was close for selection. They're sort of looking at Oscar Steen right now, so he's had some decent form in the VFL. I think we're all mindful now that this is probably Mason Cox's final year. So and Steen is starting to put together some. Hold on, excuse me. He's starting to put some really good games together in the VFL. He had a nice preseason, showed some really good signs from what I saw while I was there. So, not saying that I don't know. It seems like Oscar Steen will get a shot in the AFL before Mason Cox does, but who knows? That could change. I'm not too sure. The other thing that is a little bit of a concern is how tall we are going at the moment in the VFL. If I read out our forward line last night, Charlie West, Noah Howes, Mason Cox, and Riley Mason, whether or not they're all on the same field at the same time or not, it might be a little bit too tall. And then you throw in Ilaru Smith as well. So that's 5 genuine key tall players in your front half of the field. It is not that type of game anymore. The game demands ground ball speed, pressure. I think it might hinder Charlie West's ability to impact a scoreboard as well. He does find ways to stay involved. He had 2 goal assists last night. So once again, like I said, he's finding ways to stay busy. He had, how many touches did he end up finishing with? 12 touches, 3 marks, and at least a couple of score involvements if he had 2 goal assists. What do you have? Two score involvements for 2 goal assists. He's finding ways to stay busy, which is good, but you'd like to think that we need to put more eggs in the Charlie West basket, but we do want to see a little bit of what Noah Howes is capable of, who was quiet last night. Going back to our back 6, I just want to highlight the game from Jacob Ryan and TJ. TJ coming back from his plantaris injury, so he's starting to find some really good form. I mean, TJ, 10 contested possessions as a defender is a massive game. 6 intercept possessions, a few intercept marks within there as well. He's another player who, depending on the circumstances this year, is someone we may just see at AFL level at some point. He had 20 touches, just displayed all the signs you want from a draftee, and then his fellow draftee from 2023, Di Mattia, was the leading disposal getter for the Pies. 27 touches, 3 tackles, 5 clearances. The criticism for him is just he just needs to have a little bit more composure with the ball in hand. It is one of those things that Ned Long maybe lacked that coming into the AFL, and then as he's found his groove at AFL level, he's sort of just found the ability to compose himself within high pressure simulation or high pressure moments within the game. Maybe that's what it will take for Di Mattia to realize that maybe he has more time to dish off a handball in a contest or to break out with the pace that he has. You know what I mean? His buddy in the midfield, Tom Mitchell, 25 touches, 6 tackles, again 7 kicks, 18 handballs. We're not fussed about the kick to handball ratio. He's a handball machine in the contest. What did he finish contested possessions wise? He ended up having 12 contested possessions. So that's sort of Tom Mitchell in a nutshell. How far off he is from AFL selection, I don't know. Maybe we'll just keep a tab on games like tomorrow and see if there's a way to fit him in. Lockie Sullivan has seemingly kept his spot. So I imagine if there's ever to be a spot available for Tom Mitchell, it would be by way of a Lockie Sullivan dropping in form. There's the Tom Mitchell for Ned Long is not a conversation anymore. It's Ned Long's spot, and Tom Mitchell's not going to take that at this point in time. So that's for me, barring injury, knock on wood, that's his path back to AFL level. Is there anyone else we want to talk about? I mean, Riley Mason's been quiet. Again, tough conditions for a key tool, and when you have that many key tools in the game, it's hard to have your turn, if you want to call it that. Markov was good, 20 touches, had a good game. Rowan Steele, 20-1, kicked a goal in that last quarter. He's been really good since coming into the VFL Pies system and obviously the AFL system. So he's fit in seamlessly. Just want him to keep building on that. Joel Cochran, 17 touches, was all right as well. Just trying to think of other players that I saw throughout the game. Will Parker was taken off at halftime, so I'm not sure what ended up happening there, but that was, I imagine, injury, guys. Let me know in the comment section. I did not follow that up. I think really that's it. We go into the bye next week. Disappointing game in the end. Casey are just inside the top 10. We had a bunch of AFL listed players, as did Casey, and unfortunately didn't go our way. But that's the story from the VFL Pies, and we move on to the King's birthday clash tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Go Pies.